So 35, pretty major highway. It's a state highway, but it's also, fairly used heavily by trucks. And apparently, after they closed it in September, trucks were going down all these weird back roads, likely because of GPS. But it's not like they didn't put signs up. There were signs everywhere. Matter of fact, there were 4 or 5 signs. By the way, the bridge is out. You're not going to be going over it. This is not the Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, those aren't what the signs read. I'm paraphrasing. Not even close. But still, you get the idea. They let you know far in advance. As a matter of fact, they let you know even before you would hit 111 so that if you wanted to stay on the state road and go around, it's going to be inconvenient, but you just bang a left and you get on the old exit 4, exit 32. And then you'd go about your day. Because as a cyclist, that's mainly why I would travel that highway. I'd find my way around it, but it was one of my routes where I'm like, that stinks because I love riding on Route 35, has a decent shoulder. But apparently, time after time, they continue to have issues with drivers who aren't necessarily from, they're not locals. And I get that because it's hard being in a different part of the country and having to assimilate very quickly on some of the non-interstate roads. So if it's a state road, you don't know where to go. Does GPS tell you that the bridge is out? I don't know. I don't use GPS. So, I can't say I'd never use GPS, but I very rarely, I try to stay as map as I can and stay off the GPS for when the satellites fall out of the sky, which is a different topic for a different day. But the point is, I like to read maps. Because if it doesn't, and GPS is still leading them down 35, well, it's not necessarily their fault because they're just following orders. If you live in the area and you've still run into this, like in the last week or so, the stuff that I'm reading was posted in September when the bridge was out in October and November, but it continues to populate on my social feed, so I'm like, is it still a thing? 324-1220, 324-1220. Traffic issues in Lyman.
York County's morning show.